Brothers, welcome. Welcome to the quarterly strategy meeting of the International Publication Corporation. Oh, I mean the Colossian Congregation Elders Meeting Session.
Easy mistake.
Is it?
As always, our purpose is purely spiritual. We are shepherds, overseers, guardians of doctrine, and also guardians of distribution efficiency.
Distribution of truth.
Yes, of course. Now, brothers, we have a full agenda. We must be concise. The donkeys are double parked.
They're idling.
They're donkeys.
Item 1, grooming standards, specifically beards.
Is there a scripture?
Most prophets had them.
Yes, but we must consider effectiveness. Brother Dimma currently leads in scroll sales. Placements.
Because he's clean-shaven? That could be just coincidence.
We're simply observing patterns.
My beard doesn't affect my ministry.
Brother Justice, your beard enters the house before you do.
It's memorable.
Memorable is good.
Not always.
If a householder opens the door and sees
A man?
a statement, it could become distracting.
Isn't your facial hair a statement?
This is different.
How?
It is a beard fraction,
A what?
the partial expression of facial hair. Permissible, a conscience matter.
So whole beards are problematic.
But beard components are negotiable?
We found that the term fractions tested better.
If removing a whole beard improves placements, by even 5%, it would be foolish not to review the matter.
Isn't this a conscience issue?
The issue is optimization
Of what?
Of trust.
of sales, placements.
So the beard isn't the problem. It's the business model.
Well, if the model changes, beards may make a comeback.
Brothers, before we continue our reading of the letter to us Hebrews, we've received troubling news. Apparently, the Colossian congregation has decided to ignore some of Paul's previous correspondence. They are proceeding with their donkey-powered scroll printing enterprise.
The one with the treadmills?
Yes, with long-term infrastructure planning.
Sounds like they're taking the good news and making it into a business.
The last time worship became an industry, Jesus flipped tables.
Well, we here in Jerusalem will not be so hasty. We will respect inspired counsel. Now then, let us continue where we left off last week. Brother Matthias, please read chapter 9, verse 26.
But now he has appeared once for all at the conclusion of the system of things.
Sorry, what?
That phrase sounds familiar.
Yes, that's what the apostles asked Jesus about on the Mount of Olives.
Whereabouts in the scriptures was that verse?
Matthew 24, verse 3 says, "What will be the sign of your presence and of the conclusion of the system of things?"
And in a letter that was sent to us, it says it is now? Perhaps it means something else. Should we check the Greek, just to make sure of all things?
Always check the Greek. Brother Matthias?
In the concordance, Matthew 24, verse 3 says "Synteleias to ionos," and in Hebrews 9, verse 26, it says "Synteleia ton ionon."
Is that different?
Same root, same idea, completion, conclusion, age, era, system. And the word they used in the letter to us is nini.
Meaning?
Now, presently, at this time.
Does it mean 2,000 years from now?
No,
Does it allow for overlapping fulfillments?
it does not mention overlap.
What about an overlapping overlap?
It just says now.
That does seem inconvenient for long-range donkey planning.
They've already secured additional donkeys.
And approved a new scroll production complex.
Complex? It would be curious to invest heavily in infrastructure if the conclusion of the system were imminent.
That would require confidence in long-term timelines?
Unless the urgency helps motivate contributions.
Yes, urgency has often been a tool of persuasion.
But if the good news has already been preached everywhere in the Roman world, as Paul wrote to the Colossians, what exactly are the donkeys preparing for?
Well, they mentioned expanding distribution to distant territories.
Such as?
An island called Zanzibar Wakawu.
Is that near Crete?
No one knows. But someone called Brenda is preparing her magazine presentation.
Who on earth is Brenda?
Well, brothers, let's move on to the next item on our agenda: neutrality and national service.
A serious matter.
Indeed, reports indicate some governments are requiring military service of able-bodied men.
Which is most of the congregation.
Which is most of our salesmen, our spiritual workforce.
Quite.
Scripture seems clear. We don't take up the sword.
Agreed.
Good. Then we are united. Military service incompatible with Christian neutrality.
Some governments, however, offer alternative service, non-combatant roles, medical assistance, logistics, administrative work.
There's no fighting.
Still adjacent.
Adjacent to what?
To swords.
And uniforms.
So proximity is now the issue?
Perception is the issue.
Perception by whom?
Romans.
We make doctrine based on Roman assumptions?
We make doctrine based on clarity.
Operational clarity. Spiritual clarity.
If a brother is in a hospital treating the wounded,
He is still under Caesar's direction.
And unavailable for sales. Placements. What? 2 years of alternative service? That's 2 years of stalled territories.
Reduced growth.
Underutilized donkeys.
They're always underutilized.
surely this is a conscience issue.
The issue is optimization.
Of what?
Of neutrality metrics.
Of sales. Placements.
So we refuse to carry swords. But we can't afford to lose salesmen. Oh, I'm sorry. Publishers.
What a fine example you are.
You are so wonderful.
They're really making a show of it today.
They love to sound those trumpets ahead of them. Truly, I say to you that this poor widow put in more than all the others, for they all gave out of their surplus. But she, out of her want, put in everything she had, all she had to live on.
So, she's the example?
No, she's the evidence.
Evidence of what?
They devour the houses of widows, then thank them for the privilege.
So the system's not inspiring sacrifice, it's consuming the faithful.
Yes.
Start them young. Ice cream money today, treasures in heaven tomorrow. What? I'm describing it, not endorsing it. You could put these anywhere, couldn't you? Villages, city gates, refugee camps.
Anywhere guilt is louder than mercy.
It is impressive here, though, these stones and these buildings.
Do you see these great buildings? By no means will a stone be left here upon a stone and not be thrown down.
So they're soliciting donations for something that has already been condemned.
It would be illogical to praise a widow for giving up her last 2 pennies to a system God has already judged.
So if this older man here overlaps with this younger man here, then technically...
Have you or a loved one ever been diagnosed with noticing?
Noticing is a common but often misunderstood condition, characterized by an increased awareness of patterns, contradictions, and statements that don't quite line up.
Symptoms may include asking follow-up questions, remembering things you were told last year, reading context.
Statistics show that for every 3 children raised in high control groups, 2 end up being diagnosed with noticing in later life. Isn't that right, Caleb?
If left untreated, noticing can lead to dangerous side effects: critical thinking, reduced fear, and an urge to check sources.
But being diagnosed with noticing doesn't have to be the end of the world.
Luckily, JW Roasts has a solution for you.
JW Roasts help sufferers cope with noticing through scientifically formulated satire in the breakout series, The JW Sketch Show they'll warn you about.
Each episode is made using our patented blend of scriptures, checking of the Greek, accounts recorded by secular historians, and a healthy dose of comedy.
Viewers report reduced cognitive dissonance, improved sanity, and the comforting realization that they are not the only one noticing.
I started noticing there were a lot of contradictions. It was very upsetting. But then I watched the JW sketch show, and now my cognitive dissonance has completely gone away. Thank you, JW Roasts.
We noticed that life could be pretty good once we stopped what we were doing and looked around. We went on to live happy and fulfilled lives.
The JW Sketch Show does not cure noticing. Side effects may include awareness, clarity, intellectual honesty, and an irreversible loss of unquestioned obedience. Do not watch if you are allergic to comedy. If noticing persists, you may already be awake.
Paul, before we continue, shouldn't we report to Jerusalem?
Report for what, exactly?
You know, direction, authority, they're central.
Are they?
Acts 15, the circumcision issue. That was handled in Jerusalem.
Why did Barnabas and I and the others go there?
Because that's where decisions are made?
Or because the men teaching circumcision came from Jerusalem to Antioch? If a rumor starts in one city, where would you go to address it?
That city.
Yes.
Still, that sounds centralized.
Who discussed the matter?
The apostles and elders.
And?
The whole congregation.
So not a private ruling.
No.
Interesting structure.
But Jerusalem directs the preaching work, doesn't it?
Who sent you and me out?
Antioch.
Who chose the route?
Antioch.
Who funded it?
Antioch.
Jerusalem stayed where it was. Staying somewhere is not the same as directing everything.
Jerusalem was still important.
Certainly. Where were believers first called Christians?
Antioch.
Isn't that interesting? Not Jerusalem.
When Jesus appointed you as an apostle, you did go up to Jerusalem.
Eventually.
Yes.
After how long?
3 years.
That's a generous reporting window.
But you still regard the men there as above you.
I respected them.
But?
I wrote that those who seemed to be something added nothing to me.
You actually wrote that?
Yes.
After Jerusalem was destroyed, where was the governing body located?
That hasn't happened yet. But when it does, Scripture still won't say.
It won't?
That seems like that might be relevant.
So, there wasn't a permanent center?
There were apostles, there were elders, there were congregations, there was cooperation, but there was only one head.
Christ.
Yes.
So what would you call someone who teaches that there was a governing body in the first century?
Someone who presumes to sit in the seat of Moses.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. Before we conclude, we have a few brief announcements that you might have missed last time. First, thank you for watching tonight's presentations. We appreciate your time and attention. Next, technically you aren't required to like or subscribe to this video, but it does help ensure the message reaches more people. In the first century, congregations often relied on trusted women to carry messages, explain teachings, and support the work. It weren't limited just to pioneering, giving demonstrations, and cleaning toilets. One such woman was Phoebe, a recognized ministerial servant, but the men now in charge don't like to admit that. Anyway, if you'd like to comment, share a thought, or respond to what you just watched, you're welcome to do so below. And if you'd like to join us again, we hope to see you next time. That concludes the announcements. Good evening.